I challenge you to a dance-off. Hands off, no trash talk, no backwalk. On the black top, just me, you, that's all.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. A little bit of a new intro there, a bit of a laugh, great song, Macklemore, love him. Tonight I'm going to be going over my thoughts on the latest upcoming update, the May update. It's been coined the Friendly Challenge. For me, a lot of raw emotion last night. This is the second night and the first night of releases, so it's very hard to judge exactly what's going to happen, but the Friendly Challenge is something entirely new for Clash of Clans. Apparently it is used in Clash Royale, something similar, but for me, I just think it is going to absolutely shaft fair play. For me, wars are exciting. For me, clicking on that attack button and spending the time involved to look over a base and analyse it and look at it. And when I click on that attack button, I get that feeling when you ride an elevator where you go up and your guts moves a little bit. It's exciting. The prospect of winning, losing, doing that attack is just huge. That's what fair play to me is. That's what doing it is. You win wars, you lose wars. You set up a good side that attacks well, as a group. Not necessarily going to win every war, but it's a very hard one for me. It's emotional. I think that it will kill fair play, and it's something that I will have to analyse. Do I want to play a game like this? Because with the Friendly Challenge, it's got so many good sides to it, but it's got so much that can be abused and will kill fair play. So basically, during a war, someone will copy your base and then they'll just mod it. It's exactly what it is. It's modding being legalised. To me, it makes it sound like Supercell have just banned it, which was absolutely awesome. It was Christmas in March, and then they've obviously had a drop in sales and the modders aren't supporting it and blah, 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 and then bang, they throw it in there again. There are so many benefits to it. Yes, it's going to mean people can test bases before wars. Yes, people can go in with the best looking base, but really testing a new base that you've just created means nothing if some idiot is just going to copy it and attack it 35 times and then until they get it right. So even then, if a base is attacked, the person can then install all the traps and clan castle and everything, get it all ridgy-dig, and then you won't be seeing these 4 or 5 attacks on Town Hall 9s. And I think that's disappointing. I think that's a part of learning and failing as a group, and I love it. You know, like Clan Wars, even though I get up my guys when they stuff things up and I get up and say, well, how come we've got 5 attacks versus this base? It's still a part of it, and it is an awesome part of it. It's challenging. That's what it should be. So for me, so far, if it's not monitored, it's something that I'll have to assess. Will I go further with the game? Will I accept it for what it is? But to get into fair play, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to spend that time. And the game shouldn't be about who's got 3 hours to mod number 1 or number 2 or number 3 to get a successful run and then do it. They got rid of modding. It makes no fucking sense to me as to why they're going to put it into a game when there's so many alternatives that could have gone into it. Like, people have been asking for goblin maps. Just put more goblin maps in. You could do a weekly goblin map. You could do a monthly. You could do challenges. Why not do something where you have people send in their favourite bases, and every week Supercell release these bases once a month, whatever, where you challenge yourselves to go and attack these bases. These could be well-designed bases, and people could challenge themselves to do different armies, different styles, and do that. And then it would show people, it would evolve people, it would get them into these bases and have them available for wars, because you still see a lot of the common bases like the donut that's currently playing now. You see a lot of these very common structures that people get used to, but you could do a challenge system where there's 3 bases of 10s, 11s, 10s, 9s, even Town Hall 8s. You could have a list of them and people could challenge themselves. It could be a way that Town Hall 8s could challenge themselves at getting Town Hall 9 2-star opens. It could be a way of Town Hall 9s channeling into Town Hall 11s to see whether they could get the 2-star on those. There was just so many possibilities rather than to bring in sanctioned modding. It does not make sense to me. And I've watched other people's YouTube videos in this, and there's been good points raised one way, bad points raised the other. For me, I'm on the very cautious side of it because I think it will tip fair play gone. You can't stop it. You can't stop people doing it. And modding got more and more active, and it became commonplace because Supercell didn't put any bans or any sanctions on it. Then they sanctioned it, and modding stopped. It's, yes, people use these burner accounts, all of that, but they're fucking painful, and people don't have the time or the patience to do that. Whereas people have the patience to spend 15, 20 minutes to copy a base and then mod it 35 times. It's a really funny thing. So, yeah, I guess only time will tell with that. But for me, it's just disappointing to have seen that come in. So, from there, they've done the first night of releases tonight, and we see they're obviously doing the switch away from ground to air, which is always what's going to happen. When Town Hall 11 first came out, it took them 3 times to get Witches done properly. So, Witches got the skeleton hit points immediately nerfed, and then they brought out the Witches not hit, the skeletons not triggering the bombs. And then they brought out another reduction in the skeleton hit points. So it took them a few times to get this right. So with the new expansion, we're going to see some new lunar... Oh my God, I'm stuffing this up tonight. But we're going to see balloons. Balloons are getting an upgrade to level 7. I'm really, really keen to see what they do with balloons because I absolutely bloody love them. They're one of my favourite units. You use them with just about every style of army. Obviously, level 7 for Town Hall 11s, but you can donate them. You're going to see air go into more combos and more armies, and I'm really proud that my guys personally in Aussie Addicts, and even with Above and Beyond, they've made a lot of inroads recently to make sure they're getting back into the air armies, and we're going to celebrate that because it means that we're not going to go into new scrims and new organised wars being behind on these air armies. So, yeah, it's with level 4, 5, 6 loons, the damage and hit points double every time. So I'm really interested to see what they go on level 7 loons. Are they going to be absolutely devastating death machines, or are they just going to do a little bit more? So, yeah, it's very keen. It's a very keen time for those. Hounds level 4, they'll probably go up with the 500 hit points and the 2 DPS, I think it was. And then the cannon level 14. And it struck me as a little bit odd as to why they would do cannon, because it was first Archer Tower last time and then it was cannon, and it's quite simple why they would do cannon. It's because they don't want to nerf air units. They don't want to release it. Normally when they release an air unit upgrade, they would give you a blower or upgrade Archer Towers. This time they want to stick it to the ground. They want the Valks taking more damage. And to see that point there as well, they're going to bring out spring traps with levels. I think it said level 2 to 4. And, yeah, so it's something about catching more Valks. So, obviously, Valks need a nerf. That's a very real thing. I can use Valks. I love using Valks. I do support the unit because they're one of the best in-game units at the moment. And the combos, and you can use low 15, 15, 20, 20 heroes, and you can smash bases. And I mean Town Hall 10 bases. Town Hall 11s are 3-starring other Town Hall 11s first hits. So obviously it does need a balance, and Supercell are finally balancing it out now in the May update. So I would say there'll probably be a few nights of updates, releases, all those kinds of things, and then we might get it within a week or so. I don't know. I don't keep up exactly. I'll find out when the rest of the public find out. So, yeah, that's about it for me. That's about my rant. I think I've got about a minute left of replay showing this was our latest war versus, I think it was just an international clan, to be honest. It was obviously a symbol clan. But, yeah, so I guess for me it's an interesting time and clash. They made it so they got rid of modding, and now they're bringing it back, and it does my head in. Why would you do this? I absolutely love fair play. I support it with a passion. People know when they hear me on band talking, I'll rev up people that are either backing it, supporting it, or whatever. But yeah, to see them bring it into the game is just like they don't care about the fair play community. It's just that simple. We are a minor number in the machine. So obviously, more people mod than fair play, and they're going to get rid of it. There's just no other way for me to see it. Sales were down at Supercell, so they've thought, how can we get it? We'll get the modders back. Let's bring it in game. And it's really disappointing because I don't want scrims to go from being an hour of planning, talking, coordinating, drawing up a plan, sketch, Twiddler, whatever you'd use, or jumping on Discord with your mates, and then, going into it. Instead, it's going to go to a process of who's got 3 hours to mod against each other. So, yeah, that's about my rant. We're coming up to the end of the replays, and I hope you guys had a bit of a laugh. I hope I enlightened some of them, gave my views, and yeah, apart from that, clash on.